Hey everyone, in this FIFA 23 How to Play Women's World Cup 2023 video, that's exactly what I'm going to show you. So it's just launched towards the end of June that you can play the Women's World Cup 23 mode, and you'll find it in play mode. So if you're on the root menu, go to play modes and then go over to the left to FIFA Women's World Cup. One thing to bear in mind is I do not think this is available on the Switch version, but I think all other platforms have it. Do correct me if I'm wrong in the comments though, please. So we select it here. For me, that's A. And then when we jump into this, we've got four different areas that we can look at on the bottom tabs, and I will just run you through those now and explain what the differences are. So there's tournament, there's lead your country, there's kickoff, and there's customize. So let's go with tournament first. This is the traditional thing that you would expect, where you go through the entire World Cup tournament, controlling the entire team. So let's create a new tournament. I'll just show you how this works. So you can pick to play multiple teams if you want, or just pick one team. So it's up to you. If you just press A to select, or whatever button it shows down the bottom left to select the team that you want to control. Or if you want to do teams from multiple groups, that's possible as well. So if I decided I also wanted to be, say, Brazil, I can do that. And now I will control those two teams as I go through. Interesting would be if they both got to the final. What happens then? I don't know. So we'll advance here with the menu button or whatever button it shows down the bottom left for you. It'll then prompt you to save a game. Hopefully I can just save one here. No, I've got the maximum, so I'll just delete this. And we will start here. So you then get a nice little animation of the World Cup logo. And we come into this area here where we can see the play match standings, player stats, news, all this sort of stuff. So just like the other modes of FIFA 23 really. If we right button over, we can see the squad. If it's a different button, it'd be L1, R1. Not sure on the PC, it should show either side of that top menu bar. And then you can jump into the squad here. You can change the substitutes into the main team if you want, or change formations or tactics. Entirely up to you as you go through. But again, if you're not sure about any of this, I show that in other videos on my channel. So let's back out of there. Just wanted to show you that was there. I'm not going to change anything there. Actually, let's just go back to central. So just to the side of me there, you can see it says next fixture is England versus Haiti, and we can play the match. We can see the standings of the groups here, player stats, and any news. So we can see all this sort of stuff. So let's go to play match, and this is how we would actually then play. Now you've got an option here. You can either play or sim or play highlights. I'm going to show you full play, but you're entirely welcome to use any of these if you want. And you can also go quick sim if you want, or play attack only on the highlights if you wish. But I'm going to play the entire match. I'm not going to in this video. I'm just showing you this to show you the launch of how everything looks as you start the game. The commentary is by our usual suspects, as you will see here. So we'll hit the menu button to play. We get a nice little sequence at the start showing all the fans, similar to the World Cup men's that we saw earlier. So similar sorts of stuff. And then we jump into this area. So this would normally have the commentary on, which I've turned off for this example, but we see nice welcome to the stadium type thing, the badges here, and then a little walk on here, which looks really nice. As you can see, Derek Ray and Stuart Robson are the normal match commentators, but like I say, I've muted them for this. But commentary seems okay, just the same as any other game of FIFA. They do mention some of the female players as they're commentating, which is cool. But you can see everyone looks good as they're coming on. Nice little scenes here and little logos in the background there. And then when you're ready to play, you just hold down A to skip, or X, or whatever button it is for you on your controller or keyboard. And then we're off into the game here, so we can then start playing away with our team and hopefully do something. So we'll try a little cross. Oh, not quite. But you get the idea. So if you want to continue playing, of course, you're welcome. But what I'm going to do here is I'll just hit the menu button and we'll show you a different area. So when you hit the pause or button or menu button, so down the bottom right hand side, you can sim it, you can result it, or restart the match. So I'm using the right stick to move to any of those, and I'm going to jump to the result. So what will happen there is the game will simulate what happened, and obviously that's a bit of a lucky dip. Sometimes you might do all right, sometimes you might not. So you would expect England to beat Haiti, but they didn't in this case. So I should have played it. So we advance there. It'll then continue the group as we can see here. So England is now sitting second in the group. And then it will go to the next match, and we repeat the process here. So all is good, and we can go into any of these other things here and just check the standings. You'll also see the top scorers will now sort of grow as the tournament progresses. So that's that mode, fairly intuitive on how that all works. So let's back out of there. So let's take a look at the next game mode in FIFA Women's World Cup, and that is Lead Your Country. Now this mode is pretty cool because you can actually create a new player, and this is different to the Men's World Cup mode, which didn't have this in, which was a real shame. But you can also pick to play as a real player, and you can still control the entire team, or you can focus just on playing that player, and personally I prefer the latter. So that's what we're going to have a little look at. So let's create a new player. We can pick a team that we want to play for, so I'm going to pick England. And then advance, and then here you can pick a basic look for your player. So I'm pretty tall, so I'm going to go with this lady here. If I was a lady, I would be tall, I think. So we can see Megan Wall. You can go and override this. You can call her whatever. So you could just type in there. You can also pick a commentary name, and this is quite cool because if the surname is a popular one or a reasonably well-known one, or there's a male version of it, you should hopefully find that name in here, and that means when the commentators are talking about her being on the ball, they will say Wall as the commentary name, which is pretty cool in this case. So kit number you can pick here. You can change the date of birth as well. Now the other thing I want to point out is if you don't want to be a striker, you can actually change that as well. So if you right button over, or R1 on the PlayStation, to this area, and then right on your left stick, you can change the position from a forward to a midfielder, or whatever you want. So it's entirely up to you here. You'll see the stats will change slightly depending on what you pick here as well, but I'm going to stick with the forward. You can also change some of your attributes here. So we could say we want better heading accuracy or whatever, or better finishing, and then that will all be taken into account as you go through. You can also then go in and change things like the face here. So we could pick a different face, and have a little look what that looks like. So we could go with this one, or this one, or this one, whatever you like the look of. And you can also go through and change things like tone and complexion, the eyes, the brows, whatever you do. So just come up with a look that you like the look of. So I don't know, so we could just go through and just pick whatever. You get the idea. With the kit, you can have the kit tucked in or tucked out. You can also pick different boots if you want. So we could give us some flashy looking boots, or black boots, or yellow boots, or whatever you like the look of. They look pretty cool, those ones, or whatever ones you like the look of. We can also have ankle tape and gloves if you're going to, you want to show that they're playing in the cold, or whatever. Animations, you can also choose a random celebration or a particular celebration if you want. So we could go with this, for example, or the golf swing, or the dance, entirely up to you. So that's going to be like the one if she scored. So we've got that as well. So when you're happy with that, you go, do you want to save your changes? I hit B to go back. Yes, I do. So that has now all been amended. So this mode will then start. I need to create a save file if I haven't got one already. So I'll just delete something to make some space. We'll create this. Yeah, cool. And then this sequence starts. So the difference between this and the other mode is we are focusing on the player as opposed to the team. However, we can still control the team. So, the World Cup's going to continue. We're still going to be going through the World Cup, but focusing on the player this time. So I won't cover these as we covered them in the last one. So if we go to play match, you can see Wall is indeed the striker on the pitch and set to 83 rating because I upped her finishing. So I think as standard she would be 80 rating, but you can make them as good as you want. So what I think is nice about this mode is playing just as the player as opposed to controlling the entire team. But that's entirely up to you. You can also quick sim or play team highlights or just as Wall if you want. But I'm going to go just play as Wall and just show you the difference with this. So I won't bore you with the start sequence here, but we'll just jump straight in and show you the difference playing as one player as opposed to the entire team. So in we go. So again, I've got commentary off. Actually, I'll leave that off so I can talk. So you can see I am just with this single player now. Oh, I've got the ball back. Oh, terrible pass. So she's pretty quick. Come on, get the ball, get the ball, get the ball. So the difference sort of playing as a single player is... Oh, nice. Mugged them. Let's see. See if we can get somewhere. Got no players with me. There we go. Ah! I gave it to them on a plate and they didn't score. Terrible. But you get the idea there. It was lovely play by them. And as the game progresses, you'll get a rating for your player. And obviously here you're trying to do your best for that specific player, but also play well for the team as well. We've got potential to do something here. Beautiful. Not my goal, but a nice assist. And then if you want to end the mode, you just hit the pause button. Go over to here, jump to result, or restart the match if you want. So I'm going to jump to result. So use the right stick to do that. And then you can continue. You can also see match stats, see how your player's doing here. Yeah, continue like that. So if you want to quit out of it, you can save and quit, or quit without saving. It's entirely up to you. I was hitting the back command. That's B for me. That'd be circle on the PlayStation. The other mode that we've got in FIFA Women's World Cup is the kickoff mode. And if we just jump into here, it's pretty simple. You're going to play a single match, and you can choose whether it's a group stage, a round of 16 game, a quarter-final, semi-final, or final. So you're probably going to want to play the final most of the time. So you just do the final one here. You can have live form on once the World Cup commences if you want, or just pick teams that you want to play. And this one you can pick multiple players. So if you're going to do like a co-op thing here, you can do controller settings or whatever. So we'll just play the match. And then we'll get the little sequence here. And then we're inside the main mode like we were before. And away you go. So you're just playing the single match here. So this would be a way of being able to play the final, see the final, without having to play the entire World Cup. But you get the idea. And again, end match, restart match. So quit there. And there you go. That's how to play FIFA Women's World Cup 23 inside FIFA 23. I hope that was useful too. If it was, give us a thumbs up, please. Much appreciated. Any comments welcome. I'll see you again in another video.